Hello everybody. Good evening. Dave Thompson here, and welcome to this live stream. I wasn't actually going to do this as a live stream. I was going to create this piece of content for our website for people who wanted to find out a bit more about inspirational book writers. But I thought, why not go live? I know it's Friday night. Some people will be here, and if you are, good for you. You're in luck. You're going to get some downloads on book writing. So welcome to everyone jumping on. I'm just going to get straight into it. What I want to share with you tonight is really about how to get started with your book, because it is that time of year where we're reflecting on what we might want for the future of our business. And the fact of the matter is, books are a fabulous tool for business building and going to the next level. Humans have passed on wisdom. Hey to everyone jumping on. Hey EJ. Humans have passed on wisdom through a book for 500 years, if not more. A book is a tool for passing on wisdom. And if you're a coach or an expert or a consultant or a practitioner, or you're an entrepreneur or a business owner or someone in a business that is delivering services to people, a book can be another tool for imparting your wisdom and your knowledge on that prospect. And today what I want to help you with is our process that we use for every client on how to get started with your book. And this is the process that we call the book map game plan process, and we use this to save clients months, if not years, of going around and around and around and making false starts. Because when you've got this plan, when you've got it set, when you've got it clear, that's when everything flows. That's when it's like, oh, I've got a plan and it's time to implement that plan. Hey to everyone jumping on. Hey Heather Joy Bassett. Hey Davina Davidson. Love having you guys here. So awesome. So we're going to get into it. What I'm going to share with you, we've got 7 keys, okay? 7 key things that we go through in the book map game plan session to get people prepared. That's it. Heather says plan and then implement that plan. That's exactly how we do it. So let's look at the first one. Number 7 is about purpose. What is the purpose for your book? Why are you doing this? Why are you really doing this? Why are you really embarking on this journey? Because let me tell you, there's a lot of little pieces to put together in a book. It requires time and money and effort and investment. So why are you really doing it? And for many of you, hey Juzzy jumping on, all my favorite people are here. So for many people, kind of the purpose falls into one of 2 categories, and often it's both. So the first category is people are doing it for professional reasons. They're doing it for business reasons. They want to use the book for lead generation, as almost a sales qualifier. So like putting the book out to the market and having people read it and almost saying, if you resonate with this message, then we'd be a great fit to work together. It's a conversation starter. So that's the professional side of things. Many people, there's a deep personal reason too. We get a lot of people who have like inspirational messages that they want to share. They've been through life experiences and that have perhaps been quite challenging. You know, we've had a lot of people that have had quite tough stuff happen to them. And for those people, the book is an opportunity to share the gold and the hard-won wisdom that they've gained from that. And so distinguishing between what the balance is for you, like, is this purely a business thing? And if it is, that's totally fine. Is this a personal thing? Like, what's the deep and personal meaning for you? And often it's a bit of both. Okay, it's a bit of both. But what we always go through with clients is asking, when we do this session with them, is asking them, well, what's the balance for you? And which ones are more important? Is it more professional or is it more personal? Mr. Glenn Munso is on. All my favorite people. Hey guys, this is like a Friday night jam. How cool. And to anyone watching the replay, this is happening on a Friday night right now. So that's the purpose for the book. And once you're clear on that, that's kind of the north point. Okay, without the North Point, people are kind of rudderless, and that's when you see people who want to write a book, but they're looping and they're just going round and round and round and round and round and not really getting anywhere. So this getting clear on your purpose gives you the North Star, gives you the North Point, and then you go forward from there. And the next stage that we take people to, so the first one is purpose. What's the purpose for the book? The next is vision, okay? And this is just one level more specific than purpose. And what we're really looking at here is what's your evidence for success? So you're about to embark on this journey. You're about to put a lot of time and energy into this book. What does success look like for you? Is it an upgrade in like the level of status and how you are received in the marketplace? Like, is it invitations to places where previously you weren't just there, but now you are? Is it appearing on podcasts talking about your book? Is it seeing new leads come into your business from people who have read your book and really want what you've got? Is it people emailing you saying, "Oh, thank you so much for writing this. Your message really changed me"? What is it for you? And I encourage you to focus not just on what the kind of the business, kind of hard and fast, tangible evidence of success is. Also focus in on what the feeling is. So you might imagine yourself on stage. We get a lot of people who are writing books with us who are speakers, and your evidence of success might be, I'm on stage in front of X number of people with my book, sharing my message, and the audience is enthralled in what I've got to say, and I feel so fulfilled and so satisfied. I'm really proud of myself that I took that step and I'm getting the message out. So what is it for you? What does your vision of success for your book look like? And just write that down. Hey Charlene, hey to everyone jumping on. Awesome to have some company here. Cousin Kate, awesome to have you here. We're just going through the 7 keys. These are the 7 things that we get clear in every book writer's book map before we embark on the book writing journey. And these are the things that when you get them right, they really set your book up to be a real powerhouse of professional and personal growth and development. Let's look at number 5. And this is probably the one. Sorry, what am I talking about? Number 5. This is the third thing. The third thing that we're looking at here is message. So what's the message of the book? This is a place where a lot of people go wrong. Either they are far too general in their title and subtitle. That's really what we're talking about here, about message. Is they're far too general in the sense that it's hard to... you don't really know what the book's about by looking at it on the cover. It's kind of a bit hard to kind of grasp what they're talking about. With the secret here with the message is you want it to be kind of what I call snakes on a plane, or meat and potatoes. So when I say those things, it's very clear. If I say meat and potatoes, it's very clear what it is. There's meat and there's potatoes. And you kind of want your book to be a bit like that, because when people look at the cover, you want it to pop out at them. You want the words to pop off the page, and you want people to go, yes, that's for me, okay? And in just a couple of words. So the best titles have 1 to 3 words, and I'll show you some examples of some of our most recent book writers so you can get an idea. So one of our Hawaii book writers, Dr. Nadine Sinclair, she wrote this book, On Track, and the subtitle is How to Lead Research Projects with Clarity and Confidence. So you'll notice, very powerful title, 2 words, and a very to the point, descriptive subtitle. Tells you exactly what the book's about. Now, this book, in fact, was an international Amazon bestseller. It went bestseller in 5 different markets around the world, and I believe that a big part of that, I mean, it's a fabulous book in a category, in a niche that Dr. Nadine is just an absolute specialist in. But she's really branded it really well. Very simple title, very simple subtitle, tells you exactly what it is. So let's look at another one here. I want to show you Heidi Denning. So this is her, Courage is her middle name. And Heidi is a leadership speaker based out of Sydney, and she's done very, very well with this book. Again, it's very, very clear from the title that this book, even if you don't read anything else, this book's about courage, okay? This book's about courage. And then the subtitle is about, she describes, it's about transformation. So how you transform pressure into performance, chaos into clarity, and rage into resilience. So what you want to focus on in the subtitle is the transformation. So how does that transformation, where are you taking people? You're taking them from A to B. So you want to make that really, really clear. And Heidi's done that very, very well with this one. Let's look at another one here. Let's look at another one here. So this one is by Annie May. Annie May runs a wellness centre in the Margaret River area in Western Australia, and she was one of our Hawaii book writers. She just launched last month. Her book is called You Got This. Okay, and notice how that's a very strong message, and I can see Heather Bassett. Heather is one of our awesome book coaches who joins us on book retreat. Heather actually played a massive hand in this title and this book. In fact, alongside Annie, in supporting her. So this book has a very strong message. Okay, the great thing about this though is that it also has a very descriptive subtitle. So notice how I'm repeating some key themes here. Is like the title pops, the subtitle is very descriptive and grounded and tells you exactly what it is. So Annie May's subtitle here is Your Guide. So she's telling you what you're getting. You're getting a guide. Your guide to consciously creating your dream life. So this is for people that want to create their dream life, that want a guide for that. And the You Got This message gives you an idea of the sentiment behind that message. There's definitely empowerment, and I feel motivation. So these are all the types of things that you need to consider with your message. Okay. So that's message, and part of, just to finish that out, part of the considerations for message are also who's the target market and what voice do you want to share your book in. Okay. So you'll notice even from these covers that I've just shown, so Dr. Nadine, she works with a lot of research students, so very scientific minds. You'll notice that the cover is indicative of a more scientific sort of voice, okay? Then we've got Heidi Denning, and this is Heidi speaks in corporate environments in Sydney and all around Australia. This is kind of a bit more accessible for that market. And then Annie, you might notice this has a bit more of a spiritual flavor to it as opposed to the others. So getting that messaging right and getting the voice on point for your people is a really important consideration. Okay, let's keep rolling. Charlene, AJ's here too. Awesome, we got all the crew here. Charlene says, I need to buy your book, Dave. Charlene, absolutely, we will get you the link in the comments, and then I will tag you at the end of this live. So stand by for that. Okie dokie, let's keep rolling. Number 4? I don't know, the next thing, structure. Okay, structure. And this is one of the places where I see people misstepping, okay? So they may have the purpose clear, they've got the vision for the book clear, they may even know their title and their message, but where they get a bit stuck is on how to structure the book, okay? Now, first things first, a book is a creative piece. It is a piece of creation. And thing here is, you don't need to overly structure it, but you do need to provide a level of structure to hold your ideas, okay? I wonder if you can relate. I wonder if you're the type of person that just has a million ideas, like so many ideas, and it's like, how do we containerize those? Charlene says, thank you, Dave. Do you do any form of online training? Charlene, thank you so much for asking. I was going to announce it at the end of this live. We are, in fact, about to announce a very small online group training for people that want to plan their book. So this will be coming very, very soon. It'll be a small group container. You'll get personal access to me, but more about that in a moment. Let's keep rolling with the structure. Okay, so yes, structure. We need to containerize our ideas. Now, there's no like hard and fast rules about how many chapters you need to have. We've had people that have had 5 chapters. We've had people that have had 35 chapters. Charlene says she's in. Wonderful. I haven't even released the details, but she's in. I love that. Awesome. Well, Charlene, I will message you afterwards. And if anyone else is watching this replay or is on now and is interested in this online training, we're going to make it super affordable and a small group environment online. And I think we're going to do it about 7 days. And I will we'll do one of these pieces per day. And at the end of 7 days, you'll have your plan. How about that? So if you are interested in that, just comment something. Just say, I'm keen, Dave. I'm interested. Just say, yes, Dave, or something like that, and then I'll know to message you afterwards. Okay, so structure. Put your ideas in containers. Put them in containers that make sense for you. Okay? I often liken like the structure of a book and containerizing your ideas. I liken it to food preparation. So I love food. Food is a big part of our book retreats. If you've ever made food, like on a Sunday for the following week, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like you might cook up the chicken and the broccoli and the rice, and you put them all together in a container, and there's your meal. And those 3 things make sense to go together, and they feel good. They taste good. But if you were to put like ice cream with broccoli, that probably wouldn't, unless it's a really eccentric type of book and you're like that kind of out there person, it probably doesn't make all that sense to put those ideas together. So what we're looking for in terms of putting your ideas together is grouping them into containers that feel good to you and that make sense to the reader. And that's the main thing. In terms of length, you'll notice that a lot of our book writers, so Annie May, we've got Heidi Denning, all these books we're in the vicinity of around between 20 and 40,000 words. They don't need to be long, guys. They don't need to be long. The fact of the matter is that the actual research that's out now from Barnes & Noble shows that smaller books get read from cover to cover way more than longer books. So if you want your book to be read, make it shorter. And we can guide you on that too. So that's structure. Cool. Okay, let's keep rolling. Let's talk about the next piece, which is super important, which is identity. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, 2 things. This is a big thing that you're about to do, is write your book and bring it out to the world. You literally become an author through the process. Now, what does that mean? For many people, it also means you're becoming a leader, you're becoming an authority, an even bigger authority, perhaps a celebrity authority in your space. And so there's an element of stepping up and into an even greater position of power and influence. Okay, so the first thing is just to be aware of that and just to say to yourself, yeah, that's what I'm here to do and I'm ready for that. Okay. The second thing is, what's the identity of the reader? So, some examples. If boss chicks, fearless warriors, people that, if these type of words are in titles or in subtitles, they're gonna call out to the people that resonate with that identity. So let me give you some examples. So Selena Kulkarni launched her book, wrote her book with us October of 2018, launched in December. Her book is called The Freedom Warrior, and Selena Selena helps people to live a bigger life through alternative property investment strategies. And what she's really calling out with the Freedom Warrior is calling out people that value that are interested in that see themselves as a warrior and that value freedom. Okay, I think it's a very clever call out to it's almost like an archetypal call out. So that's Selena's. And this one here is another great example. Stacey Ashley, leadership coach based out of Sydney, the new leader. Okay, again, another call on identity. If you're a new leader in an organization who, previously you weren't leading a team, but now you are, this is the book for you. It's calling out the identity. Okay, so that's what I mean about identity. Is who are you calling out to in your book? Okie dokie. Let's keep rolling. Got two more for you guys, and then we will break for the Friday night. Heather says Stacey Ashley absolutely nails it. Yes, she does. This is a fabulous book. Stacey's had lots and lots of success with this one. The New Leader, From Team Member to People Leader, a practical guide. Again, I love this subtitle. It tells you exactly what it is. It's a practical guide. It tells you exactly what the transformation is from team member to people leader. And it gives you the identity. I think it's just totally on point, and her success with this book has been indicative of that. So let's look at team, okay? So team is the next important piece, because I'll tell you something. I got to tell you something. Writing a book without help is really freaking hard. And I'm not just saying that because I've got a book company and we help people write books. I've personally tried to do it myself. In fact, that's why I started this business in 2014. I started this business because I wrote a book under my own brand. I was in life coaching at the time and business coaching, and I wrote a book, and it was really, really hard for me to go through the process. And so I saw a need there, and that's why I built this solution, because it was really hard. So get yourself a team. Get yourself a team to help you. So what am I talking about there? I'm talking about get support on when you're actually writing it, someone to hold space for you, someone to cook for you, someone to look after you, someone to give you hugs when you just think, this is way too hard. And it's not, by the way. Like, when you actually get support for this, it becomes a very graceful and easy process, but you do need the support. So you definitely need someone on your support team. And then in terms of publishing, you definitely need an editor, formatting, cover designs. You need an access to a printer and distribution means. You need all of these things. That's just what you need. I'll leave it there. And then final step is Annie B says, hey Annie. Annie came on the June 2018 book retreat, wrote 2 books, one on animal consciousness and one a guide to spiritual awakening, both fabulous books. Annie was on retreat. She said, love the team hugs. Yes, if you come on book retreat, we give you a lot of hugs. Of course, you can say no to the hugs, but they are there, let me assure you. And yes, Jean Sheehan's here too. Awesome. This is fun. Everyone's here tonight. So final step, guys, and this is all about action, okay? So many people that I speak to, the idea for their book is up here, and it swirls around in their head for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And then either the idea goes stale, they talk themselves out of it, they put it in the too hard basket, whatever, various things happen. When you've got these previous 6 steps, so you've got the purpose, you've got the vision, you've got the message, you've got the structure, you've got the identity, and you've got the team, the last thing is just to step forward. Step forward and take action. And just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You know, a couple of years back, I went through a phase where I was running marathons and ultra marathons in the bush, and people would ask me, Dave, how do you do a 100K ultra in the bush? And the answer is, you put one foot in front of the other. And this is the moment, guys. So taking action, asking for help, finding out more, getting your plan set. And that's what I really want to help you with. So if you would, what I'm thinking of doing, and I've never done this before, what I'm thinking of doing is running a small group coaching program for book writers who want to absolutely nail their book map game plan, save themselves like months, if not years, of messing around and going around in circles by getting the right advice, by getting a strategic plan for their book, for their message, getting clarity on their message, getting clarity on their structure, and be able to boost off into either writing it on their own, writing it with us on book retreat, or some other way. But guys, now is the time to get started. It's the perfect time of year. If you got started now, you'd be looking at launching at Christmas time. Even before then, maybe November, December. What a way to get prepared for 2020. What a way to lift yourself up into the next realm. So, small group program. If you are interested in the details, please just put it in a comment. Just say, I'm interested. Myself and my team will go through afterwards and find those people. I haven't even picked a start date yet, but I will let you know on that. And otherwise, guys, I hope this has been of value to you. I hope this has been useful to you and you've got some really good tips from it. I got to fly because I got a plane to catch. So thanks for being here. Thanks, HB, so much, and Jean and AJ and Davina and everyone else who's been on. Have an amazing Friday night, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care, and bye for now.